Pedro. Big Pedro. Big Pedro. Big Pedro. Big Pedro.
You know it's February when the black comics get to go first. We're at the front of the show these days.
Hands together for yourself coming out. We had to learn how to leave the house again. We were stuck at home for a couple of years. Everybody got a little too comfortable. Happy Black History Month. Put your hands together again for that.
Happy Less Fat February. If you are practicing, you can see I'm working on it. We're only on day 6. So we're still working. I have another reason to lose weight, not only because of the catchy slogan of Less Fat February. I have a younger Steve in my house who got his first little shot of testosterone.
I got to get back down to playing weight. My son went from 5'4" to 6 foot in about 4 months. Kevin Hart up to the rock real quick. Real quick. I didn't even have enough time to get used to it.
Like, it caught me off guard a couple of times. I was sitting in the dining room the other night, and I had to grab my pistol. Who's this nigga in the fucking kitchen making sandwiches? Is his gargantuan ass in there made his 9th sandwich of the day. I can't afford it. The motherfucker won't stop eating.
I'm about to open a Go Feed Me. I can't do it. The thing about the sandwiches was making the sandwiches was a joke, by the way. Anyone have any teenagers here? They rather starve than make their own sandwich, right?
In fact, if he's forced to choose between not eating and making the sandwich on his own, he'll do it. Here's what I get, and I'll act it out for you, okay? So it's a quiet house.
The door is closed, and there's a funk that's coming out from underneath the door. Anyone in here who's ever been around a teenage boy knows it's somewhere between red onions and backshot wind. But there's a funk that starts wafting out from under the door. And the door creaks open, and a lanky figure comes out of the mist. And you can only see their face from the glow of an iPhone. No Android bullshit in my house, by the way. That's where I put my foot down on that. You're fucking up the group chat to anyone in here with an Android phone. Anyway, let's stay on task.
He's on the light of the iPhone on his face, and he comes out and he's, can we order Chick-fil-A? Because I just saw they have like a secret menu on TikTok. And I say, no, there's food in the fridge. And he goes,
why don't you fucking ever want me to be happy?
He doesn't do the fucking part. I slipped that part in there because I am from Trinidad, and if a child could have said,
I would have taken, he would have catch one backhand. Who did ask you saying F2 here? I wouldn't even curse at him as the thing. Who did ask you saying F2? He's a good kid. I mean, I'm just talking shit.
Teenagers are awful. So if you're thinking about having kids right now, just know the first 12 years are wonderful. Then they turn into assholes on year 13. There are perks though, especially in a 2-family house. You know, I have the wife that can deflect some shit off of here, but there are perks. Neither the wife or I have washed a dish since 2019. We have handed that shit over completely to him. And I had a salad delivered to the house the other day because, of course, we're talking about Less Fat February. And normally, I would struggle in the bowl that it came with to put my dressing and cut it up and keep everything because I don't want to add any more dishes.
But I don't do the dishes anymore. I got the big salad bowl out. The wedding gift.
That big motherfucker that don't even fit in the sink is a pain in the ass to wash. I broke that bitch out. I got 2 salad tongs. The little motherfuckers wasn't doing nothing for me. So I got the big motherfuckers that I could turn the shit over. I left both of them on the counter.
Inches away from the sink. I boiled water for no reason.
I got a smaller bowl and put out a more reasonable portion.
I sat down and I ate my salad, sink full of dishes.
Why? Because fuck them kids. I'm getting hashtag FDK tattooed across my stomach like Tupac.
Neither my wife nor I have washed a dish since the quarantine days. No, we have handed that off. He has 2 jobs, actually. We call them chores. He calls them slavery. But it's to take out the garbage and to wash the dishes. It's not very unreasonable. And he has done it how many times without me reminding him? 0. Not one time in the history of history has he done either one of those items by himself. But still, if I remind him of it, hey, can you take the dishes out? Next time I log on to Netflix, I got Amistad and 12 Years a Slave and Joanna Man up as my favorites. Movies about struggle. Now, the kid is one thing, right? But we signed up to care for another being. We have a dog at home. If dogs in the islands knew how we treated dogs here in America, they'd fucking riot. We have a rescue at home. She's used. She's not even new. And I pay $37 a month for pet insurance. She eats salmon and venison meal for a shiny coat. The bitch has 2 orthopedic beds. I can say bitch, it's a dog. It's a dog. The bitch has 2 orthopedic beds. You gave me the side eye. I wanted to clear it up quick. I'm speaking medically as an animal of the female canine species. The bitch has 2 orthopedic beds. My grandmother had a dog named Bandit in Trinidad. And the dog was inside once. Birth. Island dogs don't get to go inside. You know what fucking island dogs eat? Whatever the fuck the humans had for dinner with a little bit of kibble to stretch it. And I'm going to dispel a myth for you right now as well. There's a couple white people in here. Your vet has been lying to you. Your vet has told you don't feed your dog chicken bones. It'll perforate their colon and they'll die. I'm going to use a white word for you. Hogwash. If chicken bones kill dogs, every dog south of Key West would be fucking dead. That dog lived outside, Bandit did, his entire life. Rain, sleet, or snow. And I know it doesn't snow in Trinidad, but work with me. Happier than a pig in shit. And my dog, with her 2 orthopedic beds, takes CBD pills for anxiety. Give you another tidbit on island dogs here. So we're down in the DR for the holidays there. We went to see some orchids because I'm a Renaissance man. And when we walk into the nursery, there's a dog underneath the table in the front, fucking shaking. He's fucking shaking. Michael J. Fox on 9. I mean, my man is shaking. He looks like he's about to teleport. So I finally flagged somebody down. I was like, hey, ¿qué pasa con tu perro? Which loosely translates to, what the fuck is wrong with your dog? And my man goes, yo, he got hit by a car 7 years ago. 7 years ago? You gonna tell me this dog's been doing the stanky leg since Obama was in office? Why don't you fucking take him out? I know you don't have pet insurance because we're in the fucking third world, but fucking you have a gun. I've seen it. Take it out. He goes, it's the family dog, man, and nobody wants to kill it up close. And it's damn near impossible to get a clear shot from a distance. In the arms of far away. In the arms. I sing that song to my rescue every 23 days to remind her you can go back to that shit. Jump on the couch again. You want to be roommates with the pug with a pencil in its eye? Go ahead and chew up another pair of Jordans. Your ass will go back.
Remember when Halloween was the only time people wore masks? It was Halloween, surgeons, and Chinese people. But the last 2 years, they made us all wear masks, and ugly women with pretty eyes are starting to get a little arrogant. I got a friend of mine with crystal clear blue eyes. and a nose that celebrates Yom Kippur every year. She's been living her best life. But what if that shit is reversed? What if your worst features, or in this case your worst feature, was your eyes? So I can't describe this in regular American words. I'm the freshwater Trini, Big Pedro, so I'm going to teach you 3 Trinidadian words to make it a little bit more interesting before you leave tonight. Word number 1, cokie eye. I'll say it again for the white folks. Cokie eye. It's hyphenated. I know it sounds like 2 words. It's hyphenated. Island WebMD calls it cokie eye a malady where a person loses muscular control of their eyes. Basically, that motherfucker does whatever it wants. Now, armed with this new knowledge, travel with me to a very popular department store. They're not paying me, so I'm not going to say the name. But they do have a very nice parade coming up in a few weeks. I got a couple of boxes of shoes. I got fucked up feet, so I got to try on every shoe before I buy it. And I walk up to the clerk, she's helping somebody else. I'm standing there patient with my boxes there. She finishes up and turns to me, and I'm face to face, eye to eye, with the good eye. She keeps turning. I can't call it crossed, because it's not tucked in the corner. I can't call it lazy. That motherfucker is moving. The only logical way to describe it is she had one wicked cokie eye. As soon as I handed the box of shoes that I need,
I spun around and I ran and I found my wife. Because my wife's not Trinidadian, but she has learned enough of the dialect that I tell her, babe, you gotta see this bitch. She got a wicked cokie eye. She's like, don't talk about people like that. I'm like, no, you gotta listen to me. We're in shoes, and her eyes are working security at JCPenney. She's helping me with my shit, and her eye is bringing up stuff in babies. My wife goes completely pale, white, stone-faced. I'm like, the bitch is behind me, isn't she? So I turn around, and Eileen, he got it, I'm gonna say it again. Eileen is standing there a couple of feet from me, and all I hear is,
you know, he's a real fucking asshole. Oh, you asshole come in my store and talk about my bastard eye.
she hit me with the code switch. I had no idea. Here's a second Trinidadian word you learned tonight. I'm gonna give you 3 before we get out of here. The second one is wajank. Yes, the Trinidadian dictionary defines wajank as a Caribbean Karen with the possibility of throwing hands. I like that one. I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'm 6'4", 275, and I was scared because she was angry. But I threw those boxes at her, and the good eye stuck on me. But the cokie eye followed those boxes all the way to the ground, and I was able to run out from there safely so I can come tell y'all jokes tonight. Give it up for me getting out of that fucking store.
Currently. But I will say I am Spanish adjacent. My wife is Dominican. I look Dominican. I'm from Trinidad. My wife, her legal name is Trini. Trini. We live in a simulation. I like that. I'm going to tell her you said it was cute. The Dominican Republic almost ruined me financially. Let's just roll that. Let's get that out of there right now. And it wasn't from a bad business investment. I wasn't robbed or anything. The sun down there is real hot. And on the 3rd day that we were on vacation in July, all 3 credit bureaus called me.
And said, Mr. Big Pedro, get the fuck back in the house. You're getting darker by the second and your FICO score is dropping. Interest rates are at their highest right now. If you don't get your black ass back in the house, we're not going to be able to help you. I was getting to dangerous levels of black. I couldn't risk it, I had to leave. I left my wife and child in the DR, and I came back to America. I couldn't risk it. I couldn't risk getting any blacker. What happened if I got any blacker? Become a SoundCloud rapper, get a white side piece, full up and top sets of goals. No, I couldn't risk it, I had to leave, right? But I'm convinced that we're living in a simulation. Because black is beautiful, but when I get super black, I turn mega Punjabi. I mean, Indian as fuck. I look like a construction worker in Dubai. And I get off the plane at Fort Lauderdale Airport at the same time as the flight landing from Mumbai.
And there's turbans, literally, from one corner of the terminal all the way to the other corner, and they're fucking staring me down.
Look at him. He is so disrespectful. We have been in America for 23 minutes and he has removed his turban already.
Ganesh will punish you. Put your turban back on. You are being very disrespectful. Very disrespectful.
You never know what people know. My cousin looks much less ethnic than I do. I know I look like Fez from that 70s show. I can be from fucking anywhere.
But anybody here have a cousin that's too smart for their own good? I got a cousin that took the code switching to an entirely another level.
My cousin speaks 9 languages. Hindi and Urdu among them. That's Pakistan and that's India.
He speaks 9 fucking languages. 9. Urdu and Hindi included. That's Pakistan and India. Nobody speaks those fucking languages. You never know what the fuck people can speak. So my cousin doesn't look like me. If I spoke Hindi, you'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. You helped me with my fucking Dell computer last week. But my cousin is only half Trinidadian. The other half is African American, and he looks like a guy that would run track for Texas A&M. He's in a store in Queens, New York, and he's got a baby face. He's a few years older than me, but he can't grow any of this. It's like a little island on his chin. But you still need to keep this shit clean over here. You get the wispies, you know what I'm saying? You have a nice beard, sir. You don't understand what I'm talking about. You, sir, you look like you may struggle with some facial hair. So my cousin still has to buy razors. So he's in the store, he buys some razors, and he's in line, and there's 2 Indians behind the counter absolutely roasting him in their language. Don't worry, I'll translate. They're looking at him going, look at him. He has a baby face. How will his parents find him a bride when he cannot grow anything on his face? Vishnu has not blessed him with a beard. He will never bless him with a bride. What are they going to do? This is bullshit.
They're roasting my cousin, word after word after word, shredding until he gets up to the front. They have no fucking idea that this 5'8" dude that, you know, looks like a regular African American is fluent in their native tongue. So he walks up to them, he looks him right in the eye, and he tells him, I understood everything you said. I'm not hurt by it. I just want you to know, the razors are not for me. I've been having an affair with your wife. And we both know she has a very hairy word. Number 3. Mon pants. Which is the Trini word for the word you thought I was just about to say. I'm Big Pedro, you can find me on Mr. Big Pedro on the Perfect Podcast.
I'm gonna get out of here in a minute, but I'm gonna give you something. Everybody always goes to a comedy show and people at work ask you, well, tell me a joke. They can't really because they're up here telling stories, but I'm gonna give you one you can actually tell the people at work on Monday, and then they'll tell their family on Thanksgiving. So a woman walks in a pharmacy. She walks up to the pharmacist. She says, pharmacist, I need you to give me some poison. I need something to kill my husband. And the pharmacist goes, lady, what is wrong with you? I can't give you something to kill your husband. Lose my friggin' license, plus, I don't want to go to hell. What the fuck is wrong with you? She goes, but pharmacist, you don't understand. He's been cheating on me. He goes, I don't
give a fuck. I'm not gonna give you something to kill your goddamn husband. She goes, but I just look at this picture. And she holds up a picture of her husband fucking the pharmacist's wife. And the pharmacist goes, you didn't tell me you had a prescription. I'm Big Pedro, you fucks me fantastic.